Alright guys, it's Chris, your YouTube Daddy here. We're going to have a quick drive video. I've just been up to have my my new dentures, well, it's hard part of the fitting process. God, I feel so old when I say I'm going to have dentures. So I'm having false teeth, as you probably know, and so it takes a few stage fitting. So I've just been up there to have the second stage of the fitting, and then in a couple of weeks' time they should be made, and then I should have false teeth. Unbelievable, false teeth at my age. Anyway, so I thought I'll just have a quick drive back, and it's 20 past 10 in the morning. I'm just going to pop to Abington Street Barbecue, no surprise there, and then I'm going over to open up the arcade. Now I thought I'd do a quick drive video because I don't come down this way very often while I'm driving. So I'm just going to head on to Church Street now. So I'm just heading up to Church Street here. So let's see what's happening down Church Street. I've not been down here for ages. This is normally quite a vibrant area. So I don't even know what shops are down here anymore. I know there's solicitors, and there used to be cafes down here and stuff like that, but we'll have a look as we go along. See what shops are doing. So there's a bakery, legal advice centre, tattoo parlour, Blackfish Tattoos. There's a cafe up for sale. Oh, there's a few businesses up for sale or up for rent here. Another one. I like that. Broomhead's estate agents, and next door to the property sale with a different estate agent. So just on the left hand side here is the Salvation Army, and there's a jewellers on my right hand side. And as you can see, that building, that tall building just ahead of me, that's the Regal. I think it's an antique centre now. Apparently it's been going for years. There's loads and loads of videos out there to tell you about the history of it. I have no idea about the history of it, but apparently it is. There's a lot of history about it. I know Pete's done some. I'm sure Pete's one was it used to be a cinema or something like that. I think it used to be a cinema at some point, and maybe a pool hall as well. So I think it's had lots and lots of different uses for it. So it's quite a nice area here. There's a cash and gold jewellery and pawn shop. It looks like a really old-fashioned type of pawn shop. That there's a sunbed shop. I'm just going to turn right here. A lingerie shop for the dirty knickers. And this is Cookson Street. And we're heading towards the new tram place ahead of us, and the new hotel and stuff like that. And the DWP building is being built on the left hand side at the moment. There's Mr. Basra's, the all-you-can-eat buffet. Quite nice place. Not been there for ages, but to be fair, it's good value for money and it's good food. I saw a video the other day. Apparently this place is close to opening. It should be. It's about 2 years behind, which is nothing unusual. So you got the gym group, obviously a gymnasium there. That won't be a place I'll be visiting. And just behind that bus stop, you see that bus stop ahead of me on the left hand side, I'll just move forward a little bit, is Warwick's Amusements. That's inland amusement arcades. He's got about half a dozen of them around town. That's Warwick Tunnicliffe and the Tunnicliffe family. And a bit of history for you. Warwick Tunnicliffe, the guy who owns Warwick's Amusements, started off, his first arcade was my arcade. Many years ago, he used to have an arcade. His arcade was where my arcade is now, and he used to run the bingo next door as well. That was Warwick Tunnicliffe, and the flats above the arcade, that's where his kids were born. I actually know this. I've heard about this, but one day Warwick Tunnicliffe actually popped in years ago now while I was doing some work in the arcade on the floor. He popped in and had a conversation with me. Really nice guy. Really nice guy. Originally a showman, and as they started off with the arcade where I am, and then sold that up and then bought an inland arcade. Well, it was in Blackpool, and he's got about half a dozen of them now. They're dotted around. And there's one on Whitegate Drive. There's one here you've just seen. There's one on Waterloo Road. I know there's a few dotted around. Bit of useless information for you there. They're starting to clean this area up a bit. There's still a couple of places up for rent, but they are starting to clean this area up because this had gone really bad. But the businesses seem to be opening up around here. I think a lot of that's to do with when they put the Premier in there. Obviously more people. There's the old post office ahead of us, still up for sale. Now I'm going to try and find a parking space, because as I've said on numerous times, you can't park illegally here because the traffic warden will get you, because they're absolutely evil, the traffic wardens around here. Oh, there's quite a big queue in there as well. Okay, I'm going to give that Abington Street Barbecue a miss today. One, there's no parking spaces, and two, there's quite a big queue. And because I was held back a little bit, the dentist was running about half an hour late. Means that I'm running a little bit late, so I suppose I'm going to get back down to the arcade and start turning the stuff on, because like you know, I'm opening 11:30, so I'll be open in just over an hour, so it takes 45 minutes for everything to heat up. So I'll just head on down towards the arcade now. So heading towards North Pier, there's the Premier Inn I was talking about. Quite a few people outside there. Looks quite nice, to be fair. One day I'm going to have to go into that restaurant. I'm not sure if that's, yeah, it looks like the pub and the cocktail house and restaurant seems to be open to the general public. I'll have to go in there and have a look. So just heading on towards the front. So it's the 8th of November today. That's Friday the 8th of November. That's not November, I mean completely 8th of March, sorry, 2024. No, where did I get November from? Anyway, so it's it's starting. The season always starts very slowly. So it's starting now. Obviously that's why I'm open, but I'm only open a few hours a day. But not all the businesses are open yet. Some are just open on weekends, some are starting to open 7 days a week like me, and it will be a slow introduction to Blackpool opening, and then so by Easter everything should be fully open. But so Easter's in a couple of weeks time, so then everything should be kicking off completely. Has anybody been to Blackpool Amusements yet? You know, I've still not been in there. Still not been in there. Because I believe the whole idea about the Blackpool Amusements is the same people who own the Golden Mile Centre own Blackpool Amusements. And the reason they got Blackpool Amusements is that the Golden Mile Centre is going to be knocked down because it's owned by the council as a part of this multi-million-pound redevelopment programme which is happening on the old police station. So there's the Golden Mile Centre I'm talking about ahead of me, that's going to be closed down and turned into a hotel, apparently. but God, so as you say, the people who actually operated that agreed to it because they've now got another arcade. So we're now coming up to the Old Bond Street Market. If you actually look at the Old Bond Street Market, last season they had a few containers in there, but it's now completely empty again. There's absolutely nothing in there again. So God knows why they had to shut that down so early. They could have probably got another couple of years out of that. There's absolutely nothing in there. So if you actually notice, I don't think you can see, but this is the courts here. And the courts have now had all metal sheets put all over the windows. So the courts is now not operating in Blackpool anymore. They have to go to Preston. So the court and the police station are completely closed now. So it's obviously waiting for demolition. But my understanding is, word on the street and all that lot, is that they've got to go in there and strip out all the asbestos, all the interior and all that kind of stuff from it. I'm just going to turn in here. So this is Singleton Street. We're obviously in the Vauxhall Village area now, and like normal I'm going to drive around and try and find a parking space. We'll have a look on this one up here. The York Street Cafe is open. If you ever get a chance, try out the York Street Cafe, which is just on the right hand side there. Really nice guy in there who owns it, really friendly guy. Nice food, can't knock it whatsoever. Reasonably priced. And here we are at the back of Silcox. And on the left hand side is the Hardwick. Everybody knows the Hardwick, £1.80 a pint. And then you've got the Lifeboat. A little bit more expensive the beer in there, but a good night out. Mark Kelly's, which is still closed. That doesn't open until main season. And then this is Nick's Place, the new Philly, which is being extended at the moment. So the Jack Russell next door and the new Philly are going to be merged into one. I was in there the other day because I know the owner, and he's having a lot of work done in there, so that they're opening it all up and it's going to be one massive venue. Now that's absolutely great for families. Brilliant for families. It's got a massive, great big family area in the bottom where they do kids entertainment and stuff like that. They've got a function room upstairs if you ever want to hire a function room. Decent function room, to be fair. My daughter hired it once and it's not badly priced. But they do have a Facebook page called The New Philly. So if you are interested in that, go and check it out. Oh, I can see a couple of parking spaces here. Let's see if I can get one closer, because I'm feeling lazy today. Any up here? No, not up here. I might have to drive around and go back to the third parking space. Now we're back on the other end of Singleton Street. Now we're driving down Shannon Street. As I've said in previous hotels, these all used to be hotels back in the day, but obviously over the years, with the decline of people staying Monday to Friday, Friday to Monday, a lot of them have been turned into residential properties. There's still a few hotels, there's a couple down here. I've absolutely no idea what they're like. Oh, there's a nice parking space I'll fit in there. It's not too bad when I've got my car, because I've only got a little Peugeot, and this Peugeot will fit anywhere. But when I've come down in the van, then I have some problems. So I'm just going to reverse back now. I'll tell you what, before I moved to Blackpool, my reverse parking was absolutely lousy. I was terrible at reverse parking. But now, since I've been in Blackpool 20 years, I'm pretty goddamn good at reverse parking now. You have to be if you want to get a parking space. So I'm just going to go to the arcade now, so I'll just take a walk. So I'll just grab my stuff turn the car off and we'll go and take a walk now. So we're just going to walk up York Street. That's York Street ahead of me on the left-hand side. Just getting all my stuff out of the car. I'll just take it out the magic holder. And I'll just put it into the clippy thing. And now we're out to the car. And we're just going to walk up York Street now. This is still predominantly hotels. They're a bit rough, to be fair. They are a bit rough, these are now. But there are still quite a lot of hotels around here. Obviously some work being done on a couple of them. So just show you the hotels down here. This one on the end, the blue one, was on 4 in a bed a few years ago. I never actually watched it, I was just told about it. So that hotel was on 4 in a bed. And these are the car parks at the back of the arcade. So this here is a Jackie Sissel car park. Named that because it used to be where the Jackie Sissel pub used to be. Many, many years ago. So it's one of these parking things that you have to put your number plate in and use a card and stuff like that. Me, I always manage to find a free parking space. It's all right when you get down here early. It's just when you kind of get down here later on, after about 2 o'clock, then it gets very busy. I'll tell you what, the back of that building needs painting. I actually could do, to be fair, I could do is repainting the back of my place. I painted it a couple of years ago and the blue has started to wear. So I need to get, I'll probably do that next winter. Oh, remember I was talking about the courts? This is what I was talking about. There's the court, and you see how they've had all the windows covered in steel now. So obviously that's not in operation anymore. We'll actually go down and have a closer walk and a closer look at it. This is the back of the Stanley, which is obviously next door to my place. And so this is basically ready to start being stripped out and demolished. But knowing this council, like all councils, it'll probably take another 10 years to do that. So you can see where all the windows are now being steeled up. And there's the new car park. I think that, as I said before, I think the general idea is once the car park's open, they can then shut down the car park behind this building here and then start knocking it down. Anyway, that's what I'm led to understand. Anyway, I'm going to the arcade now. Don't forget, if you like this video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you later. And I'll show you what it looks like once I've got my new false teeth in. So you can all have a good laugh at the old man with false teeth. See you later, guys. And thanks for watching.